pretty straightforward topic. You all know what a book is for all the crazy adults that you have. You probably have a job where you have to read a bunch of stuff, but before you get the job, you need to apply for the job, and you probably need to read a manual. A manual is technically a paper book, which is much easier to tear apart. So if you don't like it, just sign it and rip it into shreds and go to your boss and say, here's my application. You're probably not going to get a job. Try feeding your family without a job or money coming in. So you really need money if you're an adult. But there is a misconception that is spreading throughout many kids, and kids turn into adults, that lingers, and then that book-hating attitude is passed down onto children. But really, all of this is false. I don't think you understand. But books, they are not just something for you to read when you're bored, and then you get even more bored, and then you throw it on the ground and burn it. And then if you don't read books and you play video games and smoke cigarettes and drink alcohol and take drugs and get addicted to a bunch of stuff, then boom, you're cool. No, that's not how everything works. Now, I'm not saying that you need to read books. I mean, you don't need to read books. Just go smoke and play video games. Have a nice time trying to succeed in your life like that. But, first of all, what type of book am I even talking about? You mean this? Yeah, sure. Can you toss it over? Yeah, sure. Shut up. Absolutely not. That is not what I'm talking about at all. It deserves to go in the dumpster, not the slide, in the dumpster, wherever it is. I've got no idea. In the dumpster. That's where it's supposed to be. I mean, these types of book, the ones that kids don't read because they're too boring. Listen, not a lot of you, actually none of you, are under the age of 16 at this moment, at this present year of 2022, in the month of March. None of you are anywhere near the age of 5 or 9, which is my age. Yeah. You don't exactly really need pictures. I mean, for most kids, they'll just look at the cover and count how many cracks are in this photograph. But for me, I'd rather read the entire thing than do it. I mean, it's like 400 pages long. And many people would say that this is boring, a waste of time. Let me tell you what's a waste of time. Smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol and spending all your money on booze and also playing video games. That's what I call a waste of time. All you're doing over there is 1, giving yourself lung cancer, 2, getting yourself addicted to something so that you drink too much and you die, and 3, you cannot focus on anything because for example, if you're in university, then you're listening and then boring. Oh, Super Mario Bros. Oh, Minecraft. Roblox. I want to play Roblox. That is the main problem, and that is why books is a greater option than video games, because video games doesn't give you anything except negative stuff, and we don't like negative stuff. Except for nearly everybody. Nearly everybody likes video games, not books. But still, books, it doesn't really stand out as much as video games. And video games, it is fun, and it may last a much longer amount of time, and it will make you be more entertained so that you don't die of boredom or something. But still, books, it has a positive effect. What I mean by positive effect is, as you've all been waiting for, is 1, it actually puts information inside the big blob of messiness and disgustingness that is your head. And you really need to clean that up. And books puts information and all that stuff so that you can fill that inner bookshelf that you have, obviously. Number two, it also makes a large amount of time, and also you can just pick it up everywhere. Like, you can just go to your local playground and pick up a kid's book. Just kidding, just pick up Hamlet. That would be good. But anything else, throw it in the dumpster, at the slide, whatever you want to do it. But still, this probably would not have convinced a lot of people that books about 400 pages long that have actual things that you can learn from it inside is not that helpful. And here, let me bring you on a little rant and a tangent to explain to you why books are something necessary for you. And say goodbye to my beautiful little voice for and replace it with one that has been fueled by alcohol and drugs and methane and whatever else you don't like. Okay, so books. What is the matter with books? The matter with books is that people are not appreciating it enough. What a book is not something that you just see, open it up, go read one word and be like, hey! That's only for those types of books, not the actual types of books. Now, when you grow up, and most of you are already grown up, all of you are already grown up by my time period, right now, what would be happening is you would open up a piece of paper and see that you need to read something. And in order to read, and you need to read it or else you won't get the job. And if you don't get the job, then you won't have the cash flowing in. And if you don't have the cash, then well, you don't have any money to pay for the food. And you need food or else you'll die. So yes, you're going to have to read that. But if you don't read books and you only read those stuff, how are you ever supposed to even read one sentence without being like, where's the picture? And this is just annoying because the books train you for it. And also, it allows you to, learn all the stuff that you don't learn in school. Because in books, you can learn about politics and history and stuff that will get me demonetized and all those stuff. Putin. Okay, tangent and rant down. And here we still head into a major zone where more people will be like, I find your argument thoroughly unconvincing. And to that I say, you know what? I give up. If that's not going to convince you that books are actually good for you, then I don't know what else. So you can just continue reading Cat in Hat for the rest of your life. Let's see how you're going to get paid when you get older. Let's see how you're going to pay for all your food.